With the first presidential debate coming up this Thursday evening, Donald Trump's campaign is now freaking out that they may have set the bar a little too low for President Biden. After all, they've now spent the last several years convincing the American public that President Biden can't do anything right. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what's going on. Doesn't know who he is. He can barely walk. He can barely move. You know, he is basically this incompetent lump that his puppet masters have to shuffle around everywhere. That is the image of President Biden that conservative media, the Trump campaign, everybody on the right has been trying to sell us for several years. But now that we're just a few days away from the debate, suddenly they've realized that, we've basically said Biden's totally incompetent, so if he gets up on that stage and even does kind of good, he wins because we've said that he can't even speak anymore, and we're screwed at that point. Basically, if he doesn't appear to be a demented, invalid, they lose. And they know that now. Because Donald Trump came out in an interview that aired just a couple days ago, and he tried to shift the narrative saying this. I watched him, talking about Biden, with Paul Ryan, and he destroyed Paul Ryan. Paul Ryan with the water, he was chugging water at a left and right. I didn't think a human being would be able to drink so much water at one time, and he beat Paul Ryan. So I'm not underestimating him. I assume he's going to be somebody that will be a worthy debater. So suddenly, the new talking point from the Trump people is not that President Biden is this, horribly incompetent, pooping his pants guy. Instead, he is a master debater that was able to make Paul Ryan drink more water than a human being is capable of drinking. Okay, weird, but sure. And Maggie Haberman, who of course has been dubbed the Trump Whisperer, she's a New York Times reporter and CNN analyst, after she heard that clip of Donald Trump, she had this to say about the shifting strategy. I was told that this was where he and his team were heading as they went into the debate. They were trying to move from Biden can't tie his shoelaces and is going to trip his way all over the stage to trying to suggest that they expect that he will be in good shape, good in the same way he was, say, at the State of the Union several months ago. And so there is an awareness in Trump's world that they have lowered the expectations pretty solidly for Biden there. I don't know that a week out from the debate is enough time to try to recast that. And that's a great point to bring up, too, because after President Biden's strong showing at the State of the Union address, Republicans were freaking out like he was too mean, he was too angry, too animated. Obviously, he's on drugs, they told us. But it's because they had lowered the expectations. And then when he comes out with even a little bit of energy, they're like, oh, crap. So all those talking points we've been saying about him being incompetent just got blown to hell and back because he wasn't incompetent, because he's not. Now they did the same thing with the debate, so now they're trying to, rewrite it all. Like, oh no, he's a great debater. But of course, there's the other side of that, right? Last week, both Sean Hannity and Donald Trump came out and said he's going to be on drugs. They're going to pump him up, Trump said. Maybe it's that cocaine they found in the White House. That's what it's for, to get him ready for the debate. So the narrative now is that he is a great debater. He's going to be high energy, and he is going to be high as a friggin' kite during this debate. So, yeah, that's quite the departure from a man who can't even tie his shoes and can barely walk. And now he's going to be a performance-enhanced ball of fire on that debate stage. Either way, Donald Trump's not a good debater, right? He gets thrown off. He repeats himself. He comes across as an idiot. Biden, all he has to do is maintain. Like, that is it. That is how low the bar is. Like, Biden, if he just maintains and doesn't make any gaffes or only makes one or two, he wins. And that's what's freaking them out. That's why they're trying to shift the narrative now, trying to downplay how good, or play up how good Biden is, I should say, and suggest he's on drugs. So that way, when Trump loses, they've already got all their excuses laid out, and they don't have to take the blame for having just, a crappy candidate. Hey everybody, I don't know if you've noticed this, but we are closing in on a pretty major milestone here at Fair and Balanced as we approach 500,000 subscribers. But we're not there yet, and we definitely need your support. So if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, and don't forget, like and comment on the videos and share them as widely as possible.